Welcome to Ahavas Yisrael Daily. We're on Chapter 9, the destruction of the first and second Beit HaMikdash. This is the intent of the Gemara according to the public lectures, as stated in Tractate Yoma, Daf 9b. The earlier ones from the period of the first Beis HaMikdash, whose iniquity was revealed, had the end of their exile revealed. The later ones from the period of the second Beis HaMikdash, whose iniquities was not revealed, the end of their exile was not revealed. The Gemara there explains why the two temples were destroyed. The first Beis HaMikdash was destroyed because the people transgressed the three cardinal sins: idol worship, illicit relations, and murder. The second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed due to the baseless hatred that existed among the Jewish people. Following the destruction of the first Beis HaMikdash, the Jewish people were sent into exile for 70 years. The number of years had already been prophesied. However, the exile following the destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash, the current exile, was not predetermined. The Gemara explains the reason for this. The sins that caused the destruction of the first Beis HaMikdash were revealed public sins. Therefore, the allotted time for the exile was revealed as well. However, the sins that caused the destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash were not revealed, as they were private, inward sins. Therefore, the allotted time was not revealed. What does this mean by saying that the sins were revealed? Furthermore, what is the connection between the revealed sins and the revealed time for the exile? The Beis HaLevi will now explain. The explanation is that hatred is the underlying force behind all grave sins. Even though the sins had not yet been committed, in any case their potential already existed, although it has not yet been revealed. As the Beis HaLevi previously mentioned, the sins of hatred, of hating fellow Jew, leads to many other sins. When one hates another, although it may seem as though he committed only one sin, in truth, there are many sins hidden beneath the hatred. For hatred is the cause and the catalyst of many more sins. So therefore their exile's end was not revealed. This is so since the outcome depends on the magnitude of the sin, and that will subsequently sprout from it. Just as a doctor will not provide a limit to the patient as to the duration of his treatment, as long as his illness was not yet divulged to others, but remains hidden within him, similarly the end of their exile was not revealed. Indeed, now we see with our own eyes how much this exile has been extended, far more than the first exile. The hatred has corrupted us more than the cardinal sins that were transgressed in the time of the first Beis HaMikdash. Whatever we are now enduring because of the sins and suffering is all a product of the initial hatred. So sadly, our present exile, following the destruction of the second Beit HaMikdash, has lasted far longer than the first exile that has lasted merely 70 years. Clearly, the sin of hatred has a far greater detrimental impact than even the three cardinal sins that were committed during the first Beis HaMikdash era. And the reason the Beis HaMikdash maintains is because the sin of hatred continuously spawns many additional severe sins. Thank you, and we'll continue tomorrow.